All right, this is still Deanna, still looking like a hot mess. Finally getting ready to fix breakfast for my family, but I did make smoothies this morning and they are fantastic. So I just used my blender. I have a Vitamix blender and it is just magnificent. And I used these little oranges and a big orange from Food Bank. I used frozen sliced bananas from Food Bank, and I used some mixed frozen fruit that I had. And I believe the bag that I used for that, I actually purchased at Walmart. It was just a little bag of some frozen fruit. But I do have frozen fruit from the food bank that I could have used. I have cherries and blueberries, but I really wanted an orange one this morning. I had a lot of fresh oranges, and I also used a little bit of this coconut water. I'm in love with this stuff. I never had it before, and now that I have it, I don't know how I lived my life without it. It is fantastic. So I wanted to show you that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and make breakfast. And I said I wasn't going to do that for you guys, but why not? Why not? You've already seen me with my fabulous little bed head. You haven't seen it yet, but I'm wearing those flannel pajamas. Now, if you see me in the afternoon, chances are I'll still be wearing them because why should I change my clothes, right? I don't feel the need. All right, let me get set up and I'll cook breakfast for my family and bring you guys along because it's going to be a yummy, yummy, yummy breakfast. Grandma's still here. Are you still here, Grandma?
Oh, yes.
Grandma, did you like your smoothie?
Yes.
Grandma, you can tell the truth.
Well, I mean, you know.
You can just say it, Grandma.
No, that's okay. I mean, isn't the greatest thing I've ever had.
It isn't the greatest thing she ever had. Honestly, Grandma is, you know, she just lives her life absolutely looking at the positive. So she doesn't like bananas, but I wanted her to taste it anyway just to make sure. And she did, but she didn't care for it. Right away, she said she didn't like it. And that's good. I want her to tell me if she doesn't like something. So, you know, that's okay. But for you guys, no, she wants to be polite. But for me, she was still polite. She didn't like it. But Addie and I loved it. And I'm drinking my second glass while I make breakfast for you guys. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I have some hash browns in my freezer. These are mine. I love these. I try to buy them when I can. They're just so yummy and they're fast and everybody really enjoys them. So I have 4. Addie will eat 2. Grandma and I will each eat 1. These I'm going to cook on the frying pan behind me in a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper. They'll be nice and crispy by the time I'm making this down here. So far we've had beautiful, juicy. We're not going to be able to eat until 10 o'clock tonight. I'm going to make this for you. I think it'll be beautiful. I'm so looking forward to this. And then I'm going to make these back there. Okay, my skillet is getting warm. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of butter to this pan. And we're going to saute some onions and some peppers. Don't need much. That should do it. Here we go. Okay. Nice. Oh, I've got to chop up my onions. I saw one sprouted, and so I need to do that this morning. That has to be something I do before I leave the kitchen. I like a lot of onion in this dish, so we're going to go with probably the equivalent of a good-sized medium onion. Okay, there's that. And I think I've been kind of rationing my peppers. because I don't have any more. And I don't always have them available. So I'm going to use half of these, and then I can use half the next time I cook something if I don't have any additional. There we go. Okay. Plus, the star of this dish is actually going to be my sun-dried tomatoes. I would like to make my own sun-dried tomatoes, but it's probably above my pay grade. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to saute these until they're nice and translucent, and then I'll bring you back. I will have gotten my eggs all prepared, and then we'll add the sun-dried tomatoes and the eggs and the cheese, and we'll be good. I'll work on my hash browns while I'm doing that. So I'll bring you back when this is ready for you to see something new. That's my hash browns. I'm frying them right now, so those will be ready in just a minute.
Look at those yummy looking chickens. They're just so pretty out there eating their...
Okay, there you can see my hash browns are done. So I'm just going to leave them in the frying pan with the heat off, and they'll stay nice and toasty until I cook my eggs. Okay, I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic. About, oh, it looks like that's probably close to a tablespoon. We'll get that in there. Okay. That should be good. I'm going to add salt and pepper and let that continue to get cooked a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, to this I'm going to add a pinch of salt, and some pepper, and that's really all the seasoning I want in this. It's just salt, pepper, and garlic. I have my eggs. I'm getting ready to add a tablespoon or two of water. I'll salt and pepper these. I'm going to let this cook a little bit more and add my sun-dried tomatoes. And I think I might need to grate a little bit more cheese. We'll see. This is looking good. It's going to be such a good breakfast. And it is, oh my God, it's 10:30. It is 10:30, which means probably for Grandma and I, we won't eat again until supper because this is going to be a very big breakfast. I'll always ask her if she wants something, but usually when she eats this late, she doesn't. So we'll check. Addie's a big old grown man. He can feed himself if he's hungry during the day. But usually I like to, I like to feed him. He's a good guy. He's yummy. He's a yummy cupcake. Okay, now I'm going to add some sun-dried tomatoes, and I don't mind a little bit of that oil because that's really going to flavor the eggs. And you don't need a lot, a little will do. So I'd say about a 1/4 cup is what I added there. And I'm going to take my scissors, if I can find them, and I'm going to cut some of those pieces a little bit smaller. It's just easier, I think, for Grandma to eat them if they're in a little bit smaller pieces. I don't know if these scissors are actually cutting them, but I guess it's the thought that counts. Okay, I guess not. All right. Okay, this looks just about the way I want it. The onions have a little bit of color to them. They're nice and translucent, but they also have a little bit of caramelization. My tomatoes look great. So I'm going to add my eggs, and all I added to this was salt and pepper and a little bit of water. So we're going to get those in there. And this will come together very quickly. Let me get my stuff mixed up. There we go. Now on Addie's, I'm going to add, oh, there's quite a bit of cheese. Okay, I thought that I didn't have this much. I was going to do his in white cheese and Grandma and I's in orange cheese because the coloring in cheese bothers him. But let's see what we've got. Okay, you can see that this is just exactly where I want it. I think if I can find, oh yeah, I've got a little bit of parsley flakes. I'm going to throw those on for color. And, you know, remember, you can always do your food bank groceries and you can add what you have on hand in your pantry, and you can take things from good to better to best. And that's what we're doing here. Now, I used my own eggs because I have chickens. But I have food bank eggs. So I could have made this with food bank eggs, food bank cheese, food bank onion, food bank peppers. And I did that, except the eggs are mine. And then I looked in my pantry and I found that little jar of sun-dried tomatoes. And we went right away from good to better and maybe even best. I am also thinking I should have gotten one of my little cans of mushrooms and added them to the eggs, but I should have done it earlier. I'm not going to add it now because my eggs are scrambled. So use what you have and take something from good. There's nothing wrong with plain scrambled eggs with salt and pepper and a little bit of butter or a little bit of oil. That's yummy. Add some cheese. You've gone from good to better. If you've got, you know, peppers or something yummy, a can of mushrooms to throw into your eggs, you've just taken it from good to better to best. I'm going to show you a plate that I'm going to serve up for Grandma, and then I'm going to let you guys go. I do have at least one more project I might do in here. It's just a really simple little thing before I send this video out. Okay, I lied. I wanted you to see it with the cheese on top. It's just so lovely. All right, I'll serve up Grandma's plate and show you guys, and then the rest of us will eat, and I'll be back when I'm ready to do those other projects. Okay, this plate is very large for Grandma. She may or may not be able to eat everything on it, but you can see the Mediterranean eggs right here. She has her orange slices, which she normally eats very, very good for me. And she also has a hash brown that I put into pieces for her so she doesn't have to cut it herself. So that is breakfast at our house this morning. I hope you guys are having a lovely breakfast at your house. Although by the time you see this, it will be lunch. All right, I'm going to add to this video, so I'll see you when I do the next thing.
Interesting what they're doing out here.
I know, Grandma. You enjoy watching them. My husband's friend is over and he's helping him try to remove that stump. So that's what's going on outside where you can't see. But I did want you to see that Grandma ate everything off of her plate today.
It was good.
Can you hear her? She says it was good. She drank her juice. She drank 2 cups of coffee. She ate everything here. Right now she's working on her meds. And do you remember when I told you that if I ask her if she wants an orange, she'll say no. Every time. But if I slice it into cute little slices and put it on her plate, she'll eat it down.
Yes.
One has to do their voodoo magic where Grandma is concerned.
Oh dear.
This girl is a voodoo hoodoo. All right, I'm going to get to one tiny little project, and then I've got some appointments today, and I may or may not get back to you, but let's get that done. Okay, as you can see, I have spent an abundant amount of time making myself rock star beautiful. I have not washed my face. I could stand to brush my teeth. I have not combed my hair or thrown it up in a little band, although I will do all of those things because I have a 1:30 appointment and I need to look a little bit better than this. So the thing that I want to do today is I want to make my own orange zest. And so I have my dehydrator right here in front of me. And I have a bag of orange peels that I've kind of been saving as I do Grandma's orange slices every day. So I'm going to put those on the dehydrator, dehydrate them, grind them down, and call it orange zest. That's the plan anyway. We don't know. If I have more trays Then I have orange slices. I am going to either do some celery or some carrots. So we will see. I am just going to show you the trays when they're done and we'll go from there. Okay? All right. Okay, and you can see I'm just taking my peels and a pair of scissors and I'm just kind of cutting them into smaller shapes so they dehydrate faster. I've got one tray below this one finished. Oh, I don't want to fight with that. Okay. And we'll see if this works. I don't know how much a jar of orange zest is at Walmart. Maybe I'll look it up, but if I can make my own, why not? I am enjoying those whole orange slices that I made. Sometimes I chuck up a couple of dry ones into my smoothies and it tastes really good. I have had it in tea and it is quite yummy. Okay, let me finish this. Okay, I did get 4 trays of orange peels and some of the little orange ends. I'm going to go ahead and set that dehydrator up, get that going, and we will see how this turns out. I will show you the finished project in whatever video I'm making when it's finished. So I just don't have enough camera space to hold a lot of stored film. So unfortunately, that's just the way that goes. I think that's it for me today, you guys. I have a ton of things I need to do. My kitchen has at least a sink and a half full of dishes, which is fine. I made a big breakfast, but I want to get those cleaned up. I need to take care of this and go to my appointment. Also, I checked on the seeds that I planted a few days ago, and almost every variety has little seedlings up. So not today. Maybe tomorrow or the next day we'll go in and we'll take a beginning look at what it takes to get a garden together after it has been totally destroyed. My gardens in this house used to be 2,000 square feet, not all one plot, but many, many plots throughout the entire backyard, which is 2/3 of an acre, and a little bit of the front yard. I had vegetable gardens, flower gardens, I had forsythias, I had blueberries, I had everything, and all of that is gone and trashed. Now that story is too depressing for me to tell it here. But suffice to say, nothing can be done about it at this point. My options are to cry big fat girl cry tears, you know, or put on my big girl undie bundies and start again, which is what I'm going to do. Starting again is always a life survivor skill. If you can do that, people, you'll make it. No matter what comes your way, you can always start again. Is it easy? No. I'm not going to lie to you, friends. It is not easy. Is it fun? No. It is not fun. Is it heartbreaking? Yes. Depending on the circumstances, it can be heartbreaking. But you know what? Life is never easy for anybody, and it's all a matter of the attitude that you have when you face your monsters. And if your monster is a 2,000 square foot gorgeous garden that used to be but is no more, then that's what it is. Yeah, I'm a little sad. I don't have my heirloom David Austin roses. I don't have all of my perennials that took me years to accumulate. Those things are gone. What isn't gone is my love for flowers. Now, I don't have this whole house to myself anymore, so I don't have the big setups that I used to have that allowed me to be, you know, super successful with most things that I did for the garden. But you know what? You and I, we're going to do it together. We're going to buck up. We're going to get dirty in the garden. We're going to watch our successes. I'm going to show you my fails, because failing is just a stinking part of life. So we're going to do that in another video. Not today. I got things I have to do, but I just wanted to tell you that my seeds are sprouting And I think I saw the delivery guy when I was putting Grandma down for her morning nap drop off one more seed tray for me. So we'll get that going. Like I said, I'm not going to come back to you in this video over these orange peels, okay? These, whenever they're dry, I'll stick them in the next video and give you guys an update. If you're a follower and a subscriber, it's like days of our lives, right? Something to look forward to. If you're brand new, maybe it's a reason to come back. Or maybe it's a reason to say, no, no, I do not want to come back. And that's okay too. You watch what you like. All right, people? You know I think you're the greatest. You guys have a great day. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe or hit like or leave me a comment. You know, do your thing, people. Go be your best you today. All right, I'll see you later. Ta-ta.